Welcome to Space City Home Network's presentation of Houston Astros baseball. Your front row seat to the Astros and Rockets.
Wednesday night baseball from Dyken Park, the midpoint of this 9-game homestand. Astros started out the homestand with a win, but they have lost 3 in a row. And they stand at even 500 starting play tonight. Even with that 500 record, they're still in first place in the American League West, a game ahead of the Rangers, who they win the tiebreaker against, 4 games ahead of the Mariners, who they lose the tiebreakers against. Hi, everybody, and welcome. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. It's our one game all year where we're out with the crowd. Todd Callis alongside Jeff Blum. We're in the Crawford boxes, and you're ready for a home run.
I'm ready to catch some Astro home runs. We need some offense. Hopefully, being in this short porch here in left field, we'll get a couple.
All 8 of the Crawford box specials this year have been home runs by the visiting crew. We need a home Crawford box special tonight. We also have a special night on the hill for the Astros, a major league debut.
Yeah, you just mentioned there's a pennant race going on for the Astros down the stretch, and we have Ethan Pecco coming in. He is 9th on that MLB pipeline as far as prospects are concerned. He's got a little bit of a low arm angle, makes it tough to pick up, creates a lot of deception. You'll see that fastball maybe in the low to mid 90s. He can reach 98. He might be amped up in that first inning to touch that number, but he also has a nice tight cut little slider that he works with as well.
We've had a close call here, maybe within 5 or 6 seats. No home runs into the booth yet. Maybe tonight is the night. In fact, during the course of the broadcast, we'll be talking a lot more about Crawford box home runs. The Astros still looking for their first in 2026, believe it or not. They've never been shut out for an entire home season before. All the Crawford box specials this year have been hit by visiting teams. When we come back, we'll take a look at a very special Crawford box home run in the 2005 NLDS. Welcome back to Dyken Park as we get ready for baseball between the Astros and the Angels. Special night for us in the Crawford boxes as that shot is back at our booth, Blummer. That's where we normally are.
Now, we're a long way from home, but we got a great view out here, too.
There was a huge home run hit here back in 2005, October the 9th to be exact, with the Astros and the Braves going to 18 innings. The Astros with a series-clinching home run in our Shiner Spotlight, which falls on
Chris Berg. Got a fastball hanging slider and yanked it into the seats. You're going to see just sneaking into maybe that second row. And that is a Crawford box special that we want to see and what we like to see. Using the home field advantage to your benefit. Chris Berg, it took him 18 innings to get that opportunity, but he made it worth his while. A low line drive sneaking into the seats, and the Astros moving on. We've seen a couple this year, but they have not been by an Astro. All 8 of these going into the Crawford boxes to be those Crawford box specials on our StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud have not been hit by an Astro. Caballero's got a couple, and we just saw one last night off the bat of Josh Lowe, only going 345 feet, 95 miles an hour off the bat, yet it snuck into the Crawford box seats for that home run, penalizing the Astros in their own ballpark.
Astros are due for their own Crawford box unicorn home run tonight. Ethan Pecco getting the ball in his big league debut. He walks in from the bullpen, getting ready for baseball. Angels and Astros next.
Welcome back to Dyken Park, where this homestand continues. The series continues between the Astros and Angels today. And in the second game of this series, the ball is handed off to a right-handed pitcher who's making his major league debut. Ethan Pecco got here yesterday as a member of the taxi squad, had the day to really settle into a big league ballpark, just get his work done, introduce himself to his new teammates, and then talk to Joe Espada, get to know the manager as well. He told us he felt this could be the year that he got the call with the way that he was throwing the ball in AAA last year and the way his arm is feeling, but it was a journey. He said, if you had told me 5 years ago I'd be here, I'd say you're crazy. And then he told his brothers, parents, his girlfriend, make sure you guys get here tomorrow. Above all else, I want you here. And we have spotted his family. You saw there, Kathy and Dad, Greg Sr. are here. So this group is large in the stands, but also back at home. We know they're tuning in to today's game. He told us that tight-knit group will be very excited for him. So we welcome you into the broadcast. If you're watching from Pennsylvania, now to you guys in the Crawford boxes, TK.
Yeah, thank you, Julia. It's an early birthday gift for Ethan Petco. He turns 24 next Tuesday in 6 days, and he's a 23-year-old, and he's been given the ball with 36 games to go, and his team leading the American League West by a game. Go get him, kid. Welcome to your first Major League start in a big pennant race. Yeah, I was going to say, you've earned the right to get here, but the timing couldn't be crazier. Now you've got the adrenaline push of just making your Major League debut, but also the adrenaline rush of knowing that these games really count down the stretch, and the Astros need to pick up dubs. As the family looks on, you're going to see what the Angels are going to be lining up against Ethan Petco. They're going to be feeling him out that first time through. Wade Meckler, Mike Trout, Nolan Shotwell. Zach Neto is moved from that leadoff spot into the 4 spot. He was expecting to be traded at the deadline, did not get traded, so he is in that 4 spot. Moises Ballesteros, Vaughn Grissom, Josh Lowe, Denzer Guzman, and Oswald Peraza gets an opportunity at second base. Ready to go, broadcasting our one time a year from the stands. We're in the Crawford boxes tonight. Glad you could join us on SCHN as Ethan Petco gets ready to deliver his first pitch in the major leagues. Had 20 appearances, 18 starts at the minor league level this year, and gets the call tonight in game 2 against the Angels. Very first pitch of his career is a fastball that's tossed away. They will archive that, and it's a 1-0 count. Petco last pitched on August the 9th, so working with extended rest as he was scratched from his last start on Sunday. 9 days of rest for Petco as he misses with the second pitch, and it's now 2-0. One of those rare situations where we have never seen Petco on an SCHN broadcast, even in spring training. And his manager, Joe Espada, has never seen him pitch until tonight. And he delivers his first strike. It's 2-1. Father is Greg Sr., mother is Kathy, and the brothers Greg Jr. and Mark. They're from Ridley, Pennsylvania, outside of Philadelphia, and they are ready to go tonight. And Petco, a little overamped early on, has missed with 3 of the first 4 pitches. Yeah, as you could imagine. Understanding the gravity of the situation. 17 starters used this season by the Astros, and he finally gets his opportunity. I'm sure he's amped up. 3-1 pitch is hit hard to center field, but on a line caught by Taylor Trammell. Meckler hit it well, but he's out number 1. How about the Astros starting defense tonight? It's presented by Xfinity. Guiding Ethan Petco in his major league debut is the catcher Christian Vasquez. On the infield, it's Isaac Paredes and Jeremy Pena on the left side, Jose Altuve and Christian Walker on the right side. In the outfield, you've got Taylor Trammell in center, Cam Smith in right, and Lamont Wade Jr. gets the start in left. Swing and a foul tip as the very next batter, the second batter in Ethan Petco's career, is a guy who's legendary around Philadelphia where he grew up. Mike Trout, one of the game's all-time greats. Huge Philadelphia Eagles fan, grew up in that area in New Jersey, and now he faces him as the second batter in his career. If you had to name somebody in the big leagues that you were most looking forward to facing, I'm guessing Petco might have Trout near the top of the list. Well, it took a whole batter for him to get that dream to come true. So here he is, Trout against Petco in his debut with a 1-1 count, and he hits it to the right side past Christian Walker and down the line. That'll be a base hit for Trout as he goes the other way on a ball that stayed fair at first base. Our aerial coverage is going to be brought to you by our partners at Defies. You see Christian Walker not anticipating, I don't think anybody in this ballpark anticipating Mike Trout taking a pitch and hitting it that way. So he'll be a 1-out base runner. Trout picks his spots, but he is 10 for 10 this year in stolen bases. As a pitch home to Nolan Shotwell, misses off the plate for ball 1. Shotwell continued to hit well against the Astros last night, going 2 for 4. He's a career .330 hitter against Astros pitching. Misses that cutter up. It's 1-1.
You can see Shonwell asking the home plate umpire Mike Estabrook, was that up? And you can see on the UTMD Anderson strike zone, pretty easy answer.
So far, he's allowed a ball off the bat of Wade Meckler at 101.9 that was recorded as an out, and then Mike Trout hit the ball 75.6 miles an hour, and that went for a base hit. Number 9 overall prospect on the MLB pipeline is Ethan Petco. He's had to overcome a lot in his career to get here to the big leagues. One of those kids who was a 2020 graduate of high school, the class of 2020, so they had their senior year wiped out. Went to Ridley Park High School. That's a broken bat looper. Pena trying to get back in time, and he makes a nice running catch over his shoulder. From here, we can see how fast Pena had to go to the outfield to make that play.
Good jump by Jeremy to get back there in time to be able to make this play. You'll see it right in front of you. Did a great job of opening up the hips, creating a good angle, and a last-minute little jump. Takes that potential base hit away from Shonwell.
No chance for any outfielder to make that play. Now here's Zach Neto. Pitch is a strike, 0-1. Neto last night also with a 2-hit game. Went 2 for 4 and drove in the 3rd run for the Angels as part of their 3-1 victory. Behind a great start from George Clausen, and got help from 3 relievers behind him. So the Astros have lost 3 straight starting tonight, and overall have dropped 8 of their last 13 to fall back to an even 500. They've been 500 3 times on the season prior to this: 2-2, 6-6, and 55-55. Tonight they start the night 63-63 as Petco gets ahead 1-2, and he's got the American League leader in strikeouts at the plate.
Nice heater up at the top of the zone. Got the chase from Zach Neto. Some late life on that.
Neto has struck out 172 times. Only Kyle Schwarber in the National League has more than Neto. Petco checks Trout at first. After not having a senior season for Petco, he ended up at a school in Philadelphia, LaSalle University, the Explorers, and he ended up not pitching for LaSalle due to a UCL Tommy John surgery. This ball popped foul. Giving it a look is Vasquez. He is approaching the stands, and he is going to make the play. That'll be the final out of the inning. So a hit by Mike Trout and a standing ovation from the Petco family as he gets through his first inning scoreless.
Starting lineup is presented by Whataburger. Jeremy Pena, Yordan Alvarez, Isaac Paredes. Typical 3 at the top of the order. Then you have Jose Altuve, followed by Lamont Wade Jr. getting in there. Cam Smith moving up ahead of Christian Walker, Taylor Trammell, and Christian Vasquez. Cam Smith with the only run in last night's game with a big home run.
They're going to face Walbert Urania. What a rookie year it's been for Urania. You can see that skinny ERA of 2.67. The Angels haven't helped him out much, though, with only an 8-8 record overall as he faces the Astros for a second time this year as a starter. Pitched against them at the beginning of the season out of the bullpen, including his major league debut on opening day here at Daikin Park. The Astros have their hands full with this right-hander as Jeremy Pena sends one foul. It's 1-1.
You see the pitch usage. He's not afraid to throw that changeup. He won't throw it as much, but he's not afraid to throw that to right-handed hitters. Right-handed hitters are going to see that sinker quite a bit. He's actually, of the last 2 starts he's had against the Astros, really filled up the inner part of the zone. There is that changeup, if you want to call it that, at 91 miles an hour. He's been averaging 98.5, 98.4 on his fastballs in the 2 starts against the Astros.
He's gotten ahead of Pena 1 and 2. Jeremy 0 for 6 with 3 strikeouts against Urania. And he stays alive by checking his swing on a foul ball that got in on his hands.
Yeah, that's going to hurt. There's a hundo coming up in on the hands and got the hand. Oh, man. Dang it.
Is that a check swing or they call that a swing?
I'm not entirely sure.
Joe's asking the same thing of Mike Estabrook right now, if he actually went around on that pitch.
I'm not sure if he's saying if he went around, because I'm not sure. Did they ever send it down to the first base umpire?
I didn't see it.
Me neither.
Joe's going to see if he said, did we see a foul ball on the video? That's what he's asking his guys in the dugout.
Yeah, because I think the call was the foul ball.
Estabrook explaining to Jeremy Pena what he saw.
We're going to call him out.
They said it was a swing and not a foul ball.
Yeah.
Well, that's a painful way to end your
bat. Extremely painful way.
That's not good.
Man, I just hope Jeremy's all right.
Yeah, we're going to make sure and check on him now with some time in the dugout. Here's Yordan Alvarez. Yordan takes a first pitch changeup at 92 for a strike. I mentioned the changeup usage. It's the second most in the major leagues at 32.2% of the time. He follows up 92 with the changeup with a hundo with the heater.
Yeah, that was well off the outside corner. Had Yordan reaching out there to foul that one off.
I mentioned Pecco in his debut is just 23 years old, turning 24 next week. Walbert Urania is just 22 years old. Doesn't turn 23 until January of 2027. This is a live young arm that the Angels have a lot of hope for in their future.
A lot of hope and a lot of control too, being his rookie year. That's why they held on to him at the deadline. I'm sure plenty of people were hoping to score this guy. He's got great stuff.
Mentioned he faced the Astros twice at Daikin Park out of the bullpen in the first series of the year, and then he faced them twice in Angel Stadium as a starter. Astros amassing just 1 run in 11 innings against him in those 2 starts. And Yordan goes down on strike. So back-to-back strikeouts for Urania, getting Pena and Alvarez to start this one.
StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. We would have been out here in the Crawford boxes a little more frequently. We would have gotten a shot from Isaac Paredes. He peppers that left field side. Those are a career 108 home runs. All of them from left center field into the Crawford box area. There's dead pull, and then there's Isaac.
Yeah, we got a shot with Isaac at the plate.
He turned around, what, 101 earlier in this homestand, too.
That was not the swing we need for a Crawford box shot. 0-2 the count. Here's our positioning.
Ready.
Plummer's ready.
Bring it.
Let's go, Isaac. Isaac gets down to the count 0-2, and it really
Isaac it to me.
It doesn't phase him. A little different when you've got a guy throwing a hundo, but still, Isaac can go to work once he gets down 0-2. Broke his bat on that swing, and Denzer Guzman moves to his left to make the play. Low throw, but a nice pick by Nolan Shonowell, and an easy first inning for Urania. Houston Astros baseball on SCHN is presented by Jack's new Philly-style bonus Jack combo. Shaved steak, grilled onions and peppers, and melty cheese, starting at $4.99. By Genesis, sponsored locally by your Houston area Genesis retailers. Welcome to Genesis. And by Daly & Black. Has your home or business been denied, delayed, or underpaid by your insurance company? Call Daly & Black for your free consultation. Second inning baseball, Ethan Pecco facing his 5th batter of his major league career, getting a swinging strike from Moises Ballesteros. And it's 0-1. Pecco in his first inning allowed a single through 18 pitches and getting Meckler, Shonowell, and Neto after a single by Trout down the right field side. Not a ball hit very well. Count now 1-1. Pecco started his collegiate career at LaSalle. That program was disbanded after his freshman year when he had Tommy John surgery. So even if he wanted to stay at LaSalle, he couldn't. The program wasn't around, so he transferred to Towson. And ended up pitching 2 years with the Towson Tigers, and now he is the 9th ever major leaguer who went to Towson and the 3rd ever who went to LaSalle. Might have been the 3rd and final LaSalle Explorer player, but they just brought the program back to LaSalle after missing out for 4 years after he was gone.
There's some extensive knowledge about something I know nothing about. Appreciate that, TK.
Mark Gubicza was talking about it because he's a Philly guy.
Okay.
So he's got all. He was
the Philly guys getting together talking about the local knowledge.
But it's kind of it's a journey, right? But for him.
Man.
For him, pandemic 2020, TJ 2021, and then his school stopped playing baseball in 2022.
Yeah, they took it away from him.
That's a lot to overcome.
It is a lot. Yeah, the path to the big leagues is always a little bit different.
And here he is after being a 6th round pick of the Astros in 2023, making his big league debut, and he issues his first walk to Ballesteros. Will be a leadoff base runner here in the 2nd. Now Vaughn Grissom will bat. Grissom had a hit last night, first hit of the game for the Angels. Christian Javier ended up going 4 innings in that start. Astros used their bullpen with Brian King and multiple innings out of Enio De Los Santos and AJ Blueball, followed by Miguel Uyola, who was optioned back to Sugarland today with Pecco being activated. Today, Tatsuya Imai would be your likely candidate as a long man in the bullpen. There's a strike, and Pecco gets ahead of Grissom 0-2. Pecco's last start, AAA Sugarland, playing at Albuquerque. Went 4 innings in that outing. Gave up 6 hits and 5 walks and 3 runs in his final AAA appearance. Then he was ready to start Sunday here in Sugarland and outside of Houston, and ended up being scratched because the Astros decided they wanted to try him at the big league level. Was Pacific Coast League Pitcher of the Month in June. Now in his big league debut. That one down and away, 1-2.
I figured this would be a good landing spot for Ethan Pecco. No offense to the Angels, but being at the bottom of the American League West and some of the offensive numbers that they have put up over the year kind of lend itself to a position where Ethan Pecco can come up and try and make that big league start and impress this coaching staff and maybe sneak into this rotation.
It's available.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen plenty of arms go through that rotation.
We have talked about the opportunity that's out there for whether it's a Christian Javier or Ethan Pecco or Nel Blanco earlier. Maybe Tatsuya Imai gets another chance. Maybe Mike Burrows gets another chance. There are no guarantees besides maybe the 3 guys who started against Seattle in terms of who's going to be in the rotation each week going down the stretch. Fouled away, and the count stays even at 2 apiece.
I don't mind that arm side run in the mid-90s. Tie up some of these right-handed hitters. Talking about the Angels and the issues they're having, they strike out the second most as far as percentage-wise in the big leagues.
Christian Javier's 2 highest strikeout totals this year have come against the Angels. That's a fastball up, and now a 3-2 count.
Contact rate is the worst in baseball.
This will be the 9th pitch of this at bat and the 14th pitch of the inning. Check that 15th pitch of the inning. Got him. There's his first major league strikeout, getting Vaughn Grissom the DH. He'll save that baseball, 1 away in the second.
Look at that sweeper. Started in the zone and then just had that thing drift off the outside corner on a mattress from Supermo, and family is stoked. Can't spell Pecco without the K, TK.
There you go. I like it. I think it would have been fitting if he was called up a couple of weeks ago when the Astros were in Petco Park.
That would have been great.
Because sometimes people say Petco without enunciating the T. So it would have been Petco at Petco.
I have a hard enough time saying words. That would have been rough.
They've been thinking about his major league debut. It's not just like the idea popped into Dana Brown's head and he presented it to the rest of the front office. They've been thinking about this for weeks now, but he wasn't really pitching to that level where they thought he was ready, and they kept giving him one more start, then one more start. And finally got to the point they're like, hey, there's 36 games left in the season. If we're ever going to bring him into this fold, we need to do it and probably give him a start at home. You don't want him to start at Yankee Stadium or Citi Field as his first big league start. So here he is.
Well, that's another good call. Figure out who you're playing. This is a long homestand too, so there were going to be opportunities, but the way that the rotation set up with that void here on a Wednesday night, Ethan Pecco is trying to fill it.
And there may be a time when the Astros do consider, when they have that next stretch of games without an off day, it's their last long stretch of the year, where they may consider going to a 6-man, 1 turn through the line or 1 turn through the rotation. That's to be determined. So getting a look at Pecco tonight to see what he can bring to the table. And it's been a lot of full counts in this inning, as he walked by Astros on a full count. He went full against Grissom before he struck him out. And now he's got a full count on Josh Lowe. Lowe spoils that fastball, and it stays 3-2. Couldn't get the changeup on the edge of the plate. That'll be the second walk of the inning. That pushes runners to first and second with 1 out. This Friday, 10,000 fans will receive a Hunter Brown button-down shirt presented by Mustang Cat. Get your tickets now at astros.com/promotions. Shirt that was modeled by Blummer last night during our segment with Jason Wooden. It's a pretty cool shirt.
It was a cool shirt. I felt like I should have asked you for unleaded or leaded. Or if you need a diesel.
Yes. Jose Altuve in a casual conversation with Moises Ballesteros. A little less casual for Josh Miller. He's trying to keep his young starter under control and get him back in the zone.
Just try and lower that heart rate. And explain to him that this team can swing and miss. They can chase. Also got a pretty good defense behind you as well. Try and find that ground ball and get out of this thing.
So 2 on with 1 out, and Denzel Guzman will bat. Guzman takes a pitch down for a ball, 1-0. Petco's longest outing this season was at Constellation Field against Sacramento, where he went 7 innings. Prior to that start, he hadn't gone more than 6 in any outing. So they're not expecting 6 or 7 tonight. I think anything beyond 4, they'll take 5, give them 5 with a couple of runs or 1 run. They would love to see that in his debut. They're certainly watching the pitch count elevate in this inning and hoping he can get through this with less than 30 pitches. He's already thrown 24 here in the second. As that ball is fouled away, it's 1-2. So with adrenaline, big league debut, got a long man in the bullpen available in Imai. It's probably not going to be an outing where you see this guy go through the lineup for a 3rd time.
Grab me a beer.
How about that?
Oh, sorry.
Called 3rd strike, outside edge. That was well played. The beer guy came through right when they struck out Denzel Guzman.
Yeah, the 2-seamers work, and he throws a lot of it. I mentioned how I like that arm side run. This one pulled across the plate, but with that 2-seam, it's not going to tail off the outside corner. It's going to hang on and grab it like you just saw.
So it's been the all-true outcome inning for the Petco family. 2 strikeouts and 2 walks, and now Oswald Peraza tries to check his swing on a first pitch, and he does. It's 1-0, says Lance Barrett. Petco was part of the taxi squad yesterday, so able to be around the team yesterday, not in the dugout during the course of the game, but he could watch from the clubhouse or wherever he chose to see how Christian Javier went after this Angels team. Counts 1-1. Angels have 8 out of 9 of the same hitters in the lineup today that were in the lineup yesterday. Only Oswald Peraza in there instead of Tyler Heineman in the 9 spot. Peraza down in the count, 1-2. 30th pitch of the inning here. Petco looking to get out of a couple of walks in the second. Called 3rd, strikes out 3 in the inning, couple of walks in the mix, but he works around some traffic here in the second.
Back at the ballpark, it's a scoreless game, but a very excited family section tonight. Ethan Petco getting out of trouble there. A couple of big strikeouts. I'm with his brother, Greg Jr. now. You guys all making the trip. I'm so glad you're all here. We've got mom, dad behind us, girlfriend Curly as well. But Greg, just watching him get out of that and work through that, get that first strikeout. What are your emotions? How are you guys feeling up here?
It's been surreal. I mean, a little bit of shock. You know, we were just sitting here. I was trying to get a strikeout and video it, and superstition kicked in, and I was like, I'm putting the phone away because it wasn't happening, and then it happened. So it was amazing. It's been so much fun.
He told us yesterday, reporters, I need my family there. He said he told you, I want my brothers to be there. So tell me logistically, how was it getting everyone here, and how did that go?
So it came together smoothly. My family still lives in Philadelphia. I'm down in the Myrtle Beach area, so we all merged here, and there's a big group of extended family and friends back there as well. And surprisingly, for as crazy as it is to get here at last minute, it came together smoothly.
Oh, yeah, you mentioned there is another group of people over there screaming for him. Who are they?
So that is some of aunts, uncles, extended family and friends. We have some of Ethan's friends back there. We'll call them the Delco Legion for those watching back home in Delaware County. And it's been great. We saw them all this morning, and it's been so much fun.
Oh, it's a lively group for sure. Okay, Mom, I told you I have one question for you. She got out of the main interview, but I do have a question for you.
Yes.
When the song Vienna started to play here by Billy Joel, how did you feel, and why is that song significant?
That's the first time I knew that he loved this song. His girlfriend told me that. Just having him here is just like, from nerves to excitement to feeling blessed to being proud of him.
He mentioned you specifically. He wanted to play that song knowing that you had played it for him.
I guess so, yeah. You get older, you get forgetful.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Are you feeling emotional though? Are you just how happy? I mean, what's going on?
It's happy, blessed. The nerves are less now. So being here, watching him out there, it's just everything I thought he could do.
Congratulations on you guys being here. Congrats to the entire family. Y'all enjoy the rest of the game. I'll get out of your hair, all right? Thank you, Greg.
Julia, quick follow-up.
Oh, we have a follow-up.
How did Greg Jr. and Greg Sr. get the 70 jerseys already?
Wait, how'd y'all get your jerseys already? Y'all have Petco jerseys on? 70. Turn around. Did you do this pregame?
We did do it pregame, yeah. Yeah, we did. We rushed to the store to get it all done.
Yeah, turn your back. We want to see it. Get the shot. There we go.
So.
There you go. And everybody got one or what?
Yeah, just me and my dad got one. Carly's got one as well, and yeah, we had a lot of fun doing that. So
okay. Representing.
That's pretty impressive. The first Petco jerseys.
Better be.
They went to the team store and like, we've got to get jerseys
that
for this
thing
game.
on there in a hurry.
I love it. Representing the brother and the son, and what a great family moment. You could hear the emotion with Mom.
Oh man, yeah.
Good for them. Congratulations, because it is a journey not only for the player but for the family all the way through. So congratulations to the entire Petco clan as Cam Smith bats with 2 outs and nobody on. So far, Walbert Urania has retired all 5 Astros batters he has faced. Cam came up with the only run for the Astros last night with home run number 17 on the season. So have to walk off that last foul ball. The count's 2-2.
Yeah, that's a 2-seamer at 100 running in. Right-handed hitters are going to have a tough time. Inside edge does a good job on their spray chart and everything. About maybe 80% of the pitches have been on that inner third or in off the plate to the Astro hitters from Walbert Urania.
Yeah, he's not a fun at bat. Came off a great outing against the Rangers where he went 6 shutout innings, only allowed 2 hits. So far, he's retired all 5 Astros today, and now the Astros have a full count with Cam Smith here with 2 outs. Smith down on strikes. Urania has struck out 4 the first 6 and retired everybody he's faced so far. Time to take a look at tonight's Chevy Stroh poll. We're going to ask you about your favorite seat in the house. Where would you sit? If you could choose any spot in Dyken Park, where would you go? A, behind home plate, where those people are. B, the Crawford boxes, where we are tonight, or the home run pump, where those people are. That's all part of choice B. C, the field club, straightaway center field, lower level boxes. Or D, behind the Astros dugout. Send your votes to @SpaceCityHN. Use the hashtag StroPoll. We'll have results for you later on tonight. Second time through the lineup for Ethan Petco, and he delivers a strike to Wade Meckler. It's 0-1. Meckler hit the ball hard his first time up, but lined out to center field. Meckler, Mike Trout, and Nolan Shonowell top of the order. This ball a hit to center. Trammell started in, now drifts back, has it lined up, and there's one away.
You see the usage for Petco. That sinker has been probably the most successful, or at least the pitching, getting this zone frequently. He's got a swing and miss on the sweeper for a strikeout. See a couple of change-ups mixed in there. That curveball actually just got that last fly out.
Already 8 whiffs for Petco. More than Urania with 6, but Urania's picked some good spots with 4 strikeouts. Petco has 3.
Similar to last night, Christian Javier had plenty more than Clausen did. Clausen just a little more efficient in getting his outs.
Oh, that got in on Trout. Is that a fair ball or is that a hit by pitch? Pena's going to make the play just in case they call it a fair ball. The umpires haven't signaled anything yet. They're going to say he was hit by a pitch? Why is that different than what happened to Jeremy Pena? Astros don't like that ruling.
Wow, he just tossed him. That's crazy.
That was the fastest toss
right
ever.
there. Are you kidding me?
Lance Barrett barely heard Joe Espada's complaint from the dugout. He wasn't even out jawing with him in person. But is that similar what happened to Jeremy Pena?
Very similar. I think once we get some replays, you're going to see that it's extremely similar to the Jeremy Pena at bat, where a two-seam's running in on the hitter is advancing towards it and ends up getting hit and actually swings. There you see the two-seamer running up and in. There's the swing. It hits the knob hand of the bat and the barrel comes out. So there wasn't even a question on this one. You can almost argue it was a foul ball.
Right. Just pinched the hand, I guess. But
that was a terrible toss.
Yeah, that was a quick trigger from Lance Barrett to toss Joe Espada. So Omar Lopez.
Make it about you.
Omar Lopez will manage the rest of the way. That almost got the entire knob of the bat, but just pinched the hand of Mike Trout, so he's on base for the second time. Petco now has a hit by pitch on his major league first start card. And here's Nolan Shonowell. That one's off the plate for a ball, 1-0. Shonowell coming into the game with a 4-game hitting streak, 8 for 14 during those 4 games. He's been not only the Angels' hottest hitter recently, but really over the last month and change, hitting over 330 his last 32 games. It's on the inside corner for a strike, 2-1. Petco was challenged last inning with 31 pitches. Which is why his pitch count is rather lofty here in the 3rd inning. Count evens at 2. Ethan was the Astros minor league pitcher of the year in 2024, then had a couple of months at the beginning of last season where he was injured, a forearm strain. Now in 2026, appearing for the 21st time, and the first as a major leaguer. It's pop foul, giving it a look is Vasquez, but he'll run out of room. Astros and Angels playing the middle game of a 3-game series. Astros have 6 wins on the year against the Angels 5 in their head-to-head matchups. Angels actually have a better record within the AL West than the Astros do this year. This ball hit into left, backing up is Lamont Wade Jr. He's near the wall and makes the play on the track for the second out of the inning. Hit our way. Kind of lose sight of the left fielder when he gets near the out-of-town scoreboard. There's our view, so you can see Lamont now.
Yeah, he disappeared on that last fly ball.
And when he goes back to the wall, you don't necessarily see Lamont anymore. It's a great view from what I think are the best seats in Dyken Park.
Stop.
I know that's part of our show poll, but I think I know what I would vote. I love it out here.
No, that's a great spot. See the entire ballpark. A great view of El Grande. I just want to see one of these Astro home runs go flying over our head. Maybe 2 or 3 of them. It's going to be tough against Urania, but I wouldn't mind it.
We'll take it. 1-0 the count to Zach Neto. We mentioned his first time on base. Trout will pick his spots every once in a while. 10 for 10 in steals. Trout started and stopped, and Neto went after the fastball and fouled it. It's 1-1.
Sitting out here definitely brings back a little bit of the playing days, because this is the exact angle I remember seeing off the bat. That left side of the infield. It's kind of fun too to be behind the fielders. You can watch Jeremy Pena, Isaac Paredes react to the swings.
That one popped up. Should be playable. Who wants it? Jose Altuve will make the play right along the foul line for the final out of the inning. 1 hit batter, 1 left on. We're scoreless heading to the bottom of the 3rd.
Yellowwood is bringing the lumber, and so are the Astros when it comes to Crawford boxes. How about Jose Altuve leading this list? A right-handed hitter who spent his entire career in this ballpark, knows how to take advantage. There's been 122 Crawford box specials hit in the StatCast era. What's cool about that? Well, first of all, what makes a Crawford box special is a good question, right? Well, if you're sitting in this section, you probably think any ball hit to this area is very special. However, StatCast can take the trajectory of a home run, looking at exit velocity, looking at launch angle, and if it's a home run, if it's a 1 out of 30 home run, that's going to make it a Crawford box special. Only a home run here. So many camera angles out here, guys.
Thanks for joining us out here.
Yeah,
hey,
that's what makes it special. Julia came out for a visit.
I did. Hello, everyone. They're all looking at me. I'm going to watch the game.
If Christian hits one while you're looking this way, we'll let you know.
Yeah, I'm going to turn around.
We'll let you know.
This area is awesome, first off. But I feel a little nervous being down here because there's do's and don'ts.
Oh, yeah.
When you're on the front row of the Crawford boxes.
A lot of pressure. That ball hit to short, backhanded by Zach Neto. He'll make the play for the first out.
So to Julia's point, you can see on your screen some of the minimums. 87 miles an hour off the bat. A minimum launch angle has been 17. The max has been 109. But how about a 45-degree launch angle being able to be hit out? And there you see the average of the Crawford box special is 96 miles an hour off the bat and a 31-degree launch angle. Talked about Josh Lowe's yesterday, came off the bat at 95 miles an hour. So there's kind of a wide range of ability to turn into a Crawford box special.
Those guys that walked out of the section with the Astros overalls, one of the guys who was having his 60th birthday tonight said, "Hit me a home run on my 60th birthday." He might not know that Taylor Trammell has the only home run in this lineup against Walbert Urania.
Oh, wow. And he walked out on him.
He walked out. I mean, it's tougher for a lefty. I get it.
Well, when I catch it, I'll show him what he missed.
You saw another interesting sign, too, from a kid.
Apparently, there's a young man down there who would be willing to trade his sister for a home run ball.
So we'll see if either of those fans get their wish tonight. His sister is here at the game, by the way. So the trade can be consummated.
So how about one of those high launch angle Crawford box home runs? That's 43 degrees. It looks like a pop-up, but plenty of carry, and just snuck above that left field corner, become a Crawford box special. And we figured Isak would be one of the guys that would really take advantage of this situation. But he's only done it once, and that was the only one you just saw right there. Everything else has been pretty well hit over the Crawford boxes out here.
Yeah, the fact that the Astros don't have any of those unicorn Crawford box home runs this year makes it the only year ever since the team has been playing in Daikin Park with the StatCast era invoked where they don't have one yet.
That doesn't make any sense.
Only 18 home games remaining, including tonight.
They just pummel the baseball. They're going for the train tracks.
There they are. Trammell, who has been struggling lately with strikeouts, goes down on a strikeout here, second out of the inning, and first strikeout of the inning, fifth strikeout for Rainey.
So a unique one right here. This one came off the bat at 109 miles an hour, 21-degree launch angle. Hit that railing down by where Julia is standing and ricocheted back on the field, but upon further review, it was above that yellow line and was considered a Crawford box special.
Here we go, right at us. It's just to our left.
Oh, what a rip by Vasquez. That was awesome.
Right at us on cue. Christian Vasquez.
Right over Julia's head.
Show us some love.
Vasquez. Woo! That was awesome.
I'm struggling to get out of my chair here.
Yeah, I almost took the whole thing down.
That was a bullet. The fan that went for it was right to our left. That was a shot. What was it off the bat?
101.3. Just over Julia's head, up the aisleway and to the left of TK. I can't believe I almost brought down the entire apparatus out here, but here it comes. Whack. Oh, we got this. Get out of the way, TK. Incredible. That's how we drew it up. Is that him? The 60th?
Nah, no. Those guys had overalls. That's the Houston tuxedo. Well, here's Nick Allen hitting. Why would this be?
Jeremy Pena.
That ball that he took off his hand? Oh, gosh.
Yeah, that's not good.
Julia asked for a home run to be hit over her head. And literally, Christian Vasquez delivered.
Of course it was Vasquez. No, they're not going to let me leave. They said I can't leave.
We're on the board. You can't leave the Crawford boxes. We're all out here. We're all good luck.
Wait till Vasquez. I mean, he's already excitable enough. Wait till he finds out he answered your request for a home run over here.
He's also wondering why I'm not down there to film this celebration.
That's true, too.
Got some explaining to do.
You got a lot going on. Here's us. Julia is
ducking.
No, you're watching. Yes.
What an adrenaline rush.
Right,
that was awesome.
This is what being in the Crawford boxes is all about. Blummer was ready to catch that. I was thinking that was too hot. 101 off the bat. The guy to my left, the fan, went after it, to his credit, barehanded. Allen down on strikes, but within 4 feet, 5 feet of our first home run in the broadcast booth, it's 1-0 Astros. Location right below the Chenier sign and right to the right of where Christian Vasquez's line drive home run ended up. His 7th home run of the year, making it 1-0 Astros, as Ethan Pecco now works in his first major league start with a lead for the first time. So face the 5, 6, and 7 hitters here for the Angels.
Now there's your run, kid. Let's go.
There you go.
Just kidding.
Ballesteros walked his first time out. That was the inning where Pecco walked 2 and struck out 3. He walked Ballesteros, he struck out Grissom, he walked Lowe, and then struck out Guzman and Peraza to end the inning. All of his strikeouts tonight coming in the 2nd inning. Could be his final inning of work. We'll see how he navigates here through the 4th. That one near the top of the strike zone, called a ball by Mike Estabrook. It's 2-1.
Good call by Vasquez.
Oh,
right
that
there,
was
I think.
Delayed.
Too late?
I think he got it.
It's on the board.
He didn't tap right away, and the Angels had a problem with it, and they're going to be upset that they gave him that challenge, because Vasquez did not challenge right away, but still got credit for it. And the ABS, powered by T-Mobile, it's an overturn. Good challenge again by an Astros catcher. They're hot in this series.
They are. Reiner had a heck of a day yesterday.
By the way, that was not a Crawford box unicorn home run by Vasquez.
That was a rocket.
A bullet.
385?
30 of 30.
Yeah, especially in this area where he hit it 383 feet, came in at 98.4 and left it on 101.3.
That was hot. This ball is popped in the air into shallow right, coming in Cam Smith. One away in the fourth. Well, we said if Ethan Petco could go 4 or 5 innings and give up 0 or 1 or even 2 runs, that would be considered a nice debut. Here he is in the 4th inning with a 1-0 lead as he faces Vaughn Grissom. Grissom was the first strikeout victim for Petco as he got him on a sweeper on a 3-2 pitch in the second. Goes to the curveball here. It's 1-0. As far as your reach is, you might have been able to make the play from my spot.
Oh yeah, I would have leaned down over there and grabbed that thing.
You might have. You would have had to go over the rail because it ended up on the other side of the rail in the aisleway where Julia just walked up. But you might have been able to get there.
Yeah, I was worried I was going to Chris Farley this table.
I mean, you got no place to go, literally.
No, and I'm not. I have my spatial awareness, if that's a word, is I have issues with it. I mean, I could take this down very easily.
You see, Julie was still hanging out with us at the top of those stairs, but yeah, literally, Blummer's reach might have been able to get there on the Christian Vasquez home run. That would have been something.
That would have been incredible. That would have made my entire broadcasting career.
Now it's 3-1 on Grissom. Petco has walked 2 and hit a batter so far tonight. It's a foul back to the screen. We are going to endeavor to get an update on Jeremy Pena, who's no longer in the game.
Yeah, you hope it's just a couple of bruised knuckles on that right hand that was hit on that pitch. It was a 100-mile-an-hour sinker that got Jeremy Pena on the hand. He had the pain, the actual physical pain, and then the pain of knowing that they called him out on strikes.
Little check swing pop foul. That'll be right where Julia normally hangs out. Yeah, that was back in the 1st inning, and then Pena stayed in the game until his turn came around again to bat in the 3rd. So he played defense with that hand smarting in the 2nd and 3rd innings. Now 3-2 pitch. And Grissom stays alive. Grissom had a long at bat against Petco the first time before striking out.
Man, he's 7 pitches in on this one.
It's also a good view from here of the Astros bullpen. We have no chance to see the Angels bullpen from where we are, but some guys starting to limber up, loosen up a little bit in the Astros pen. That is no swing and a walk issued to Grissom. Walk number 3 allowed by Petco, 1-out base runner.
Dog Day is back at Daikin Park August 22nd and 23rd. Presented by Tito's Handmade Vodka. Bring your 4-legged Astro fan. Enjoy special activities, and the first 500 dogs each day gets an exclusive Astro dog toy. Visit astros.com/dogday for tickets.
Josh Lowe's the batter. Takes one down for a ball. Lowe drew a walk his first time up. That ball soft served into center is going to drop in for a hit. Moving up to second is Grissom. Angels have just their 2nd hit of the night. A little flare single by Lowe to put runners on 1st and 2nd with 1 out. Second time Petco has dealt with first and second and one out. Last time he was able to strike out Guzman and Peraza in that scenario. And here is Guzman. Sweeper missing up 1-0. This is a good visit here from Christian Vasquez with Petco kind of losing command a little bit here in the inning.
A lot of pitches thrown in this game. Try and slow that heart rate down and get his breath back.
Now, a word from Dairy Queen.
DQ does it all, from the hot to the cold, from the sweet to the bold.
Just about 2 batters worth of quality pitches. Joe Espada and Josh Miller would love to see that as the bullpen gets working for the first time tonight. There's a good sinker for a swinging strike. It's 2-1.
Fastball's been effective at the top of the zone. He's got that low release. Ball looks like it's jumping up through the zone sometimes. Tough to get on top of.
Bennett Sousa, first one loosening up in the Astros pen. I would say it's pretty much definitive at this point now that Petco's last inning will be this inning. Trying to get through the fourth with the lead.
Probably hoping to try and get through this inning at the bottom part with the 8-9 hitters up. But at the same time, that pitch count is elevated. 82 pitches now in this game. The adrenaline probably wearing off a little bit too.
Man, you're right about that. So much adrenaline early, and that causes fatigue.
Yep, no doubt.
Similar what the Angels did to Christian Javier last night. Got him out of there after 4 innings and 87 pitches.
Well, the Astros were doing well out of the All-Star break. This is what they were doing to opposing starters. They were just wearing them down, and those pitch counts were getting elevated in those 3rd and 4th innings, and they were knocking them out in those 4th innings and getting to the bullpens.
Runners go, and the pitch is swung on and hit towards us in the Crawford boxes, and that will be caught by a fan in the first row. Lamont Wade says the fan went over the railing. He's celebrating the catch, but that might be a ball that they can review as potential fan interference. It looked from here like he reached a little bit over. Is that going to be a ground rule double?
I don't know. They're bringing all the runners back. It looks like Alfonso Marquez, the crew chief and third base umpire, is making the call, telling everybody to hold on. And he's clearly reaching over, and I think you got that right, TK. I couldn't tell from behind, but that's definitely reaching into the field of play. I'm gonna go down and get him.
Go get him. Eject him. Julia said there are rules involved with fans in the first row, and that fan did not follow the rules.
Wow, that's way over.
Of engagement. I mean, what are the odds?
Everything's happening around us.
In our section,
yeah.
A home run and now a fan interference by a guy who we may have taken a picture with pregame. He's celebrating, but that's...
Don't tag me in it, bro.
That's not what you want. You want that ball to play out. They can't overturn this. If they said on the field that it was 2nd and 3rd, there's no way you can tell me they're going to be able to overturn this to a home run.
Yeah, I mean, that's why everybody's kind of holding their ground on the bases.
After crew consultation, it was determined that there was fan interference, 2 runs will score, and they will be placed to second.
They're going to score 2 runs, maybe based on the fact that the runners were going on the pitch.
Yeah, I think you're right.
That's still being aggressive to give that runner Josh Lowe home plate, because he would have had to go from second to home by the time the ball was played in by Lamont Wade Jr. That's Omar Lopez's argument. He's like, Josh Lowe is at second base when that ball goes over or near the yellow line. So how are you convinced he was going to score? That's an aggressive run scoring.
Can't we? They have the ability to go to replay and see where the base runners are, correct?
Sure. And I was watching both runners. Grissom got a nice jump.
Yeah, he was taking off.
Lowe didn't go right away. He saw Grissom go, and then he took off. And that's Omar's point. Are you convinced 100% that Josh Lowe scores on that ball, that you can?
Well, they did. They determined it by meeting. They didn't determine it by looking at the video. And maybe that's what, to your point, that's probably what Omar is asking. Can we look at this? You're just going to go ahead and give him the extra 90 feet.
So on a night where we're sitting in the Crawford boxes, we have all kinds of chaos out here.
We'll have a good look at it right here on where the runners are. Everybody, Lowe was running. The runner at third stopped.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, he did get more aggressive than Grissom. Grissom didn't have as far to go. It might have been the right call, but it's hard to say definitively that the runner would have scored on that ball.
Yeah, you definitely understand why Omar came out. You've got to argue. You never know. Maybe they do overturn it. Maybe it forces them to take a second look at it.
How about last inning when Julia's out here saying there are rules of engagement if you're in the first row, and then that happens. Previous to that, she said, I want a home run hit over my head, and that happened. It's crazy.
Yeah, usually you're Todd Stradamus. Julia's making all the calls now.
She literally said I'm nervous in the first row because there are rules of engagement up here that you have to be aware of. And oh, by the way, it would be great if somebody hit a home run over my head. Vasquez hits the home run over her head, and that fan.
All of it happened.
That fan threw away the rules of engagement for one catch. He's still sitting here. 1-2 the count to Peraza. Off the plate, 2-2. So a 2 RBI double out of all that by Denzer Guzman. And it's now a 2-1 Angels lead. Just when I said he's still sitting here, we now get somebody coming down.
Oh, no way.
And says, I want a word with you, sir. Swing and a miss. There is a strikeout for Petco. Number 4 in his big league debut, and that will be the last batter he faces.
Well, a good way to end it. A good curveball down, getting a swing over the top. So Ethan Petco had to labor a little bit. Saw some good. His big league debut.
So far, responsible for 2 runs. He's got a runner on base as he leaves, and a big hand from his family. Angels lead 2-1.
Top 4, 2 outs. The Angels taking a 2-1 lead in this top 4th inning. There's still a runner out there at second base.
Got it.
Might have an ump Mike on or something, but 17 games as Bennett Sousa comes in, try and leave that runner at second base.
Good, bro. How you been? Good.
We're good too. 14 innings in 17 outings for Bennett Sousa. 3.86 is his ERA. There's a couple of left-handed hitters at the top of this lineup with Mike Trout in between them both. He would love to get out of here and strand that runner.
Sounds like Mike Estabrook had kept his microphone on after the last explanation. That's a big place runner now, especially after that strikeout.
Yeah.
The 2-1 game could have been a 1-1 game. And this one ground to the right side. Jose Altuve will make the toss to get Meckler for the final out of the inning. But it's a 2-run inning for the Angels, and they lead at the end of 3.5.
Most unique holiday celebration is back. Enjoy Astros Light Up the Park, presented by Houston Methodist at Dyken Park December 4th through January 3rd. Perfect for all ages. For tickets, visit astros.com/lightupthepark. TK?
All right, Julia. Any other predictions tonight, or you're good?
No, I'm done. Unless maybe another home run.
There you go.
I didn't mean for all that.
You called everything.
But that's exactly what I was talking about over there.
And the reason, there are obviously rules for everybody along the walls in right and left field, but the reason why you don't go over the railing is there's a chance that the Astros could have made a play, and it wouldn't be a 2-1 game right now. But
maybe Lamont Wade gets a good hop, fires it home, and you cut down one of the runners at home plate.
You want
to see how it plays out.
Yeah, you want to see it play out. I know the fans were excited to catch that foul ball. How about the end of Jordan's bat ending up in fair territory and the ball ending up in foul territory? That is losing the side of your bat right there.
That's that cup.
You went to smell it.
You get it far enough out in front, it'll just splice the end of the barrel off, and that's exactly what happened when you got out in front. It is true, though, if you foul one straight back, the combination of, wow, look at what he did. Shredded it.
The natural. What were you going to say about it?
If you foul one straight back, the spin and the seams catching the wood, it literally smells like burnt wood. It's incredible.
Wow. Jordan literally destroyed a baseball on that foul ball. Now he's hoping to destroy one the other way. Coming in leading in all the Triple Crown categories, was up 1 in home runs starting play today. And he'll remain up 1 as Junior Camanero's game is over without a home run. Maybe up more than that by the end of the day. 2-2 the count. His lead in batting average is down to 8 points. That'll help the batting average. Jordan shoots one through the middle. Astros have the leadoff base runner on in the 4th.
Good piece of hitting from Jordan, finding some empty space up the middle. It's amazing to think that we would love to get him going a little bit. Maybe seeing that base hit and hitting it hard up the middle will allow him the opportunity to get on a roll here.
Now Isaac Paredes, who grounded out his first time up. We often talk about the top 3, how much they're important to the Astros lineup. What's your report you're getting on the #1 guy in the lineup, Jeremy Pena?
Fortunately, we are getting the report that it's just a hand contusion. So hopefully he's getting a little bit of treatment, get the swelling out of there, and be ready to go sooner than later. But man, tough night taking 100 miles an hour off that hand.
On a pitch that he struck out on.
Yeah.
Now Isaac Paredes with a 1-1 count. That bounces in there, not far enough away from Ballesteros for Jordan to advance. Angels have 3 catchers. Today's catcher Ballesteros, last night's catcher Tyler Heineman, the former Astro minor leaguer, and the veteran Travis d'Arnaud. They traded Logan O'Hoppe while the Astros were in Anaheim in that previous series to this one between these 2 teams. Strike to Paredes. It's 2-2. Astros now down 2-1. Ethan Pecco's big league debut ends after 3 2/3 innings. Gives up 2 runs on 3 hits. He walked 3 and he hit a batter and struck out 4 while he was in there. That's going to get away, and Jordan will get into scoring position. Pitch from Urania that bounces in there, and the wild pitch moves Alvarez to second.
I'd love to see the Astros answer back. We've got a runner in scoring position. Isaac at the dish as that ball skips to the backstop.
Isaac third on the team with 67 runs batted in. Hits the ball sharply past Tony Perez-Chica. just enough to stay alive. Paredes wasn't sure if that changeup was going to stay high enough to be called a strike, so he fouled it off. That's down. Isak, who drew 2 walks last night, draws the first walk allowed by Urania tonight.
The power play is presented by HEB. Jose Altuve had a Crawford walk-off, a 3-run home run, and an 8-7 win. That's not a special. That's just a special walk-off. If I believe correctly, that one gave me a little bit of a buzz back in the day. Incredible comeback on July 11th.
Altuve hit the ball hard his first time up, lined out to center around the bunt and takes 98 for ball 1. Jose looking for his first career hit against Walbert Urania. 0 for 7. Not showing bunt here as he watches 99 wide, and now Urania, who has at times had command issues. He's walked at least 2 in each of his last 4 starts. And he started July off with a couple of starts where he walked 4 Mariners and 5 Rangers on the road. Now he gets a visit. Now a message from Buick GMC. Big spot early in this game. Astros down by 1, and Altuve in a hitter's count here with 2 on and nobody out.
Well, Altuve's been swinging the bat pretty well, seeing some pitches. That's why I was a little curious to see him trying to square around a bunt. I know he's got the speed to beat it out, but at the same time, the way he's been swinging the bat, he's got his wrist number up over 200 now. He's been putting together some quality at bats. I'd like to see him swing the bat.
His month of August, he's hitting 347 coming into tonight. Now 340 with that line out his first time up. Fouls off the changeup on the inner half of the plate. It's 2-1. You have a changeup that you're comfortable throwing 2-0 in that scenario. You know you have confidence in it.
Has a lot of confidence. He's not exactly trying to locate it either. A lot of them have been out over the plate. He's throwing more changeups than sinkers in this game.
Altuve with a base hit to the wall and left. We're going to be tied. Yordan Alvarez will score. Paredes to third. RBI double by Jose Altuve to tie it at 2.
Told you, swing the bat. Good things happen. Another RBI base hit off the bat of Jose Altuve. And it looked like it was that changeup again. This one stayed down and in, and Jose Altuve pulls the hands in nicely and barrels it and hits a rocket right into the left field corner. The Astros answering back to tie this thing up.
Still nobody out in the inning, and the Angels will bring the corners in but keep the middle of the infield back against Lamont Wade Jr. He pops one up, but it's going to be foul and out of play against the netting in left field. Well, it's not quite bases loaded where Lamont is a perfect 6 for 6 on the year, 4 for 4 with 2 walks, but you can see his numbers with runners in scoring position. He has taken advantage this year.
Put together great at bats, but yeah, he has had some big hits with runners on.
This is 99, and now Urania getting ahead 0-2. Lamont struck out looking his first time up against this hard-throwing right-hander. That almost hit his foot as he gets out of the way. It's 1-2.
Amazing he didn't get hit, and also amazing that Ballesteros came up with the pick right here. Wow.
Altuve on second with the RBI double. Paredes on third after drawing a walk. And Lamont stays alive. That was a good call to tell Altuve to swing, by the way.
I'm a team player. I like seeing guys succeed. And usually guys that are close to 2,500 hits usually are pretty good hitters.
pretty good.
Yeah, let him swing.
This ball popped up. That won't get the job done. The shortstop, Zach Neto, for the first out. Player to Watch is presented by Jack in the Box. Let's watch Cam Smith and his development from his rookie season of 2025 to what he's doing in 2026, particularly against the fastball and breaking stuff. Those slugging percentages in August with those two pitches. Last year he was regressing at this time. This year he's going in the right direction.
Yeah, he made some adjustments just before the month of August, and they've really paid off for him. He's been heavy on that pull side and elevating. But it's kind of got him in the mindset of not chasing some of those sliders and changeups down. He's done a better job of seeing pitches in the zone, and when he's gotten them, he hasn't missed them. That's the big key.
Like that first pitch.
Yep, exactly.
That was
a
tough
pitch right there. StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud is going to show you some of the damage that he's done. Extra base hits, 8 of them. And you can see the locations. Most of them on the strike zone. That home run just up, out, over it, but maybe anticipating that pitch and got the barrel out on it.
And those sweepers are right on the edge at the knees. Cam hasn't connected on either one. And now it's 1-2. The Angels continue to play the middle of the infield back. The Astros trying to take the lead with a ground ball in play, but there was a pop-up by Lamont Wade. Now Cam down to the count 1-2. Good stop by Ballesteros at 2-2.
As a hitter, this is something that Cam will probably learn the more he's out there getting these at bats. You can shorten up a little bit and it's not necessarily sacrificing the at bat if something positive happens for the team, but you can just kind of punch that ball in play to either the second baseman or the shortstop with the infield back and pick up that run.
Astros had the lead after 3, gave it up on the 2 RBI double with fan interference involved on the Denzer Guzman double. Now tying in the bottom half of the 4th. And they'll take the lead once again. Cam Smith delivers deep enough to Mike Trout in center. Here comes Isaac Paredes. The throw will head to 3rd, and the Astros lead at 3-2. Good job by Cam Smith.
Nice piece by Cam. We got that sweeper again. Watch the location of it. It stays up. And he's able to get enough of it to hit it into center field deep enough to score Isaac Paredes. So a great at bat by Cam Smith, picking up that runner at 3rd, less than 2.
Cam driving in his 47th run of the game and his 9th in the last 16 games, where he has an OPS over 1,000 in that stretch. Here's Christian Walker. Walker would like to add to this 3-2 lead as he watches a close one off the plate, 1-0.
I would have appreciated that sac fly more than Ethan Pecco. It's off the hook.
Astros into their bullpen with Bennett Sousa throwing the final out of the last inning. Nobody warming the Astros pen, so Sousa will be out there in the 5th as well. There's Sousa in the foreground. '99 misses the edge. It's 2-1. Good takes here by
You're right,
Walker. Broke his bat towards Neto, and that'll be caught for the final out of the inning. But the Astros regain the lead. RBI double by Jose Altuve and a sac fly by Cam Smith. Houston Astros baseball on SCHN is presented by Rooms to Go. Get fashion, style, and quality all at prices on every item, every day. By Yellowwood brand pressure treated pine. If it doesn't have this yellow tag, you don't want it. And by Amazon. Spend less on your kids for back to school. Back and forth game tonight between the Astros and the Angels. The Astros regaining the lead 3-2. Bennett Sousa back out there facing the 2, 3, and 4 hitters. Mike Trout taking a fastball for a strike, 0-1. Trout has been on base twice tonight in a stadium where he doesn't love hitting necessarily, a single and a hit by pitch. Trout snapped it 0 for 10 with a single in the first inning against Ethan Petco. Now he's down to the count against Sousa, 0-2. And it's Sousa, first one out of the pen for the Astros. They'll need at least 5 1/3 innings today out of their bullpen after the bullpen provided 5 innings of work last night. Oh, 2 pitch is skied in the air to right field. Cam Smith waits for it. And there's 1 out in the 5th. What's on Tap is presented by Lawnmower Blonde. If you go to the MLB Pipeline Prospect Rankings, you'll find that Bryce Mayer is currently one of the top Astros pitchers in terms of overall prospects. He's number 8 and the 2nd top pitching prospect. Jackson Neza is also on that list at number 16 overall. We bring up these 2 guys because they're expected to reach the major leagues projected in 2027. That's according to MLB Pipeline, who try to project when each guy of the prospect list is going to hit the major leagues. They projected Ethan Petco for 2026, and here he was tonight.
How about it?
Maybe we'll see those 2 guys next year.
Yeah, if they keep progressing and finish this season strong, you never know.
Astros going to Petco in the middle of a divisional race with a 1-game lead going into tonight. Petco kept them in the game. He won't go long enough tonight to be credited with a win. It's now Bennett Sousa's game at this point with a 3-2 lead. Shotwell down to the count, 0-2. Sousa missing low, 1-2. That's a close pitch, but it was Vasquez set up on the outside, and he had to go across the plate to catch that. So it might have fooled both Vasquez and Mike Estabrook. Counts 2-2 instead of a strikeout. That one definitely in. It's 3-2. Kind of reverse splits this year for Sousa. Lefties hitting about 100 points higher than righties on the season. And Shotwell goes down on strike. Sousa picks up his first strikeout. 2 outs in the inning.
Wow, that was an interesting swing. That slider fooled Shotwell.
Mentioned how hot he has been lately. Did not look comfortable on that swing, and now one over the head of Sousa. Nick Allen will charge and have no play. Zach Neto getting down the line in a hurry on a little ground ball that got past the mound for an infield hit.
It's too bad. That was a pretty good pitch. Created soft contact. But you can see once it gets past Bennett Sousa, there's no chance as it's over his head.
Angels with their 4th hit of the game. Neto's a threat to steal. He's got a team leading 16 steals. He has been caught 10 times though. As Ballesteros bats with 2 outs. First pitch misses wide, 1-0. Moises Ballesteros acquired at the trade deadline in the Ryan Zephyr-John deal. His 14th game as an Angel. He's 6 for 48 so far in the season with the Angels after playing most of the year with the Cubs. Runner goes, and the pitch is down. The throw is going to get by Allen, and now Zetto picks it up, and he'll head to third. And he'll get there on the stolen base and error.
throw low from Vasky. Skips off the infield grass. As a middle infielder, you've got to try and find a way to keep that on the middle of the infield. Because once it gets past you with some of the speed of these guys who are stealing bases, they're able to pick up the extra 90. Also save your catcher an error.
Yep. So stolen base E2, and now it's a 2-0 count to Ballesteros. And he goes after the slider. It's 2-1. Right there. Sliders getting some bad looks from lefties.
It's locking them up. They're not able to pull the trigger on some of these. See if they can't do it again.
Just enough to stay alive. Thought AJ Blueball might be down today after the 2 innings of work. That's why earlier I said Tatsuya Imai was maybe the long man tonight, but Blueball looking like he might bounce back after throwing 2 innings last night.
They had like a month off. It was really only 3 days, but yeah, they're going to see if he can't go again. Start to see some more right-handed hitters at the bottom part of this lineup.
That one skied to left field. Lamont Wade Jr. comes in a few steps, and that'll do it for the Angels in the 5th. We're halfway home with the Astros leading 3-2.
Ultimate goal of an MLB fan is to see it all. And the MLB Journey to 30 sweepstakes presented by T-Mobile is the ultimate bucket list. So enter now for your chance to win trips to all 30 ballparks. Visit MLB.com/journey to 30 sweeps. Take it.
All right, Julia, Astros have the lead here in the bottom half of the 5th inning with Taylor Trammell leading off. Astros did a really nice job last inning against Urania, not only scoring the 2 runs, but really making him work in the 4th inning. He was cruising along through 3, but had to throw 33 pitches in the 4th. As Taylor Trammell hits one high and deep to right field, but he got under this one, and Mike Trout in right center is going to make the play. Off the bat from the Crawford boxes, that looked like a well-struck baseball, but Trammell just missed it.
He did just miss that one. He might have been sitting on that changeup and got it. He was 104.8 off the bat. He just skied it.
Not bad launch angle, huh?
It was 40 degrees.
That's only good if you're heading to the Crawford boxes.
Maybe they could build some over there.
We're ready now. Christian Vasquez is batting.
Pull it just a little bit further. There's no way he was going to get a first pitch fastball after what he did last at bat.
Ambush. Vasquez with his 7th home run of the year, his first time up, that landed less than 5 feet from us here in the booth.
Yeah, that was highly entertaining.
Vasquez making his 64th start of the season, and continues to have a marvelous record whenever he starts games. He is 40-23 in his previous 63 starts. At least the team is. All right, another look at the home run.
StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. Ooh, will they make us animated? Where are we? There it is, 101.3 off the bat, heading right towards us. 383-foot shot, just in the aisleway to the left of TK. Man, if they would have animated us, that would have been next level.
That would have been way cool. I wanted to be a cartoon for a moment. 3-1 the count to Vasquez. Maybe he'll see another good pitch to hit. No, he doesn't. That's going to be a walk. Only the 2nd walk allowed by Urania. The other one came around to score, Isaac Paredes. Astros have a 1-out base runner, now Nick Allen. You're wondering why Jeremy Pena's not in the game, and you just joined us. Pena was hit on the hand during a swing in the 1st inning. Stayed into play defense a couple of more innings, but then left what is being called a hand contusion. First pitch just misses to Allen, or does it?
The catcher challenging the pitch.
Moises Ballesteros challenging the call by Mike Estabrook. ABS powered by T-Mobile. Ooh.
Pitch is a strike.
Just clipped the outside edge.
True definition of a nibbler. Nibbled off an edge.
Oh, look out.
Man.
He wants to take out all the leadoff hitters for the Astros.
There's not going to be any more shortstops on the team. You keep throwing fastballs like that up and in. Very similar to the pitch that got Jeremy Pena. Nick Allen has a pad on that left hand. Unfortunately, he was able to shrink out of the way of that one.
Likely to be Ureña's final inning. He has gone over 100 pitches a couple of times, but he's usually in double figures with his pitch count. 2-2 the count. He's a guy that generally goes 6 innings, 4 of his last 5 starts. He's come into this outing since the start of July with a 1.75 ERA in those 7 starts. That's 5th best in the American League prior to tonight, but the Astros getting him for 3 runs so far. Allen on the ground, just foul.
Man. Fortunately, it was foul for Guzman. Might have given up on it. Tough to tell from our vantage point. I'll get a better look here as that ball tried to hug that third base line.
Allen with a 2-2 count. Nick hitting his first Astros home run at Daikin Park during this homestand. Got one on Sunday against the Mariners.
Oh, nice little one-handed grab up there in the upper tank on that B sock.
That's a popular overall today. The Astros old school rainbow look.
I'll get you some if you want them.
I'm just saying it's popular amongst the fans. 2-2 pitch is a beautiful pitch on the outside corner.
The batter's challenging the pitch.
Allen's going to challenge, and I think he's going to lose this one. ABS powered by T-Mobile. Nick thought it was off the plate, and
wow. Pitch is a strike.
2 of them in the same at bat that catch a sliver of the outside corner. One challenged by Ballesteros, that one challenged by Allen, and Ureña gets both wins.
That was amazingly close.
That is called dotting it up. Now Jordan. I like it when Jordan sees a starting pitcher for a 3rd time. Gets one foul here. It's 0-1. Jordan has struck out, singled, and scored a run. His run was the tying run of the game on the Jose Altuve RBI double. Angels get their bullpen moving. AJ Blueball still warming for the Astros. Blueball will pitch the next inning, it appears. Fouled back. Jordan down to the count.
Trying to stay back on those changeups, just can't.
Jordan facing a starter for the 3rd time this season, hitting .349 with an 11.08 OPS with 7 home runs in 86 at-bats, facing a pitcher for a 3rd time. away, 2-2. Michael Fulmer warming up in the Angels pen as Urania has had to work hard here the last couple of innings. Sharply hit, backhanded by Neto, and his throw in time. Nice play by Zach Neto on a bullet off the bat of Yordan Alvarez. We're through 5. It's still a 3-2 Astros lead.
Presented by Daly and Black. Go back to August 19th of 2004, triple play. And some big swings off the bat of Biggio, Berkman, and the unsung killer bee, Eric Brundtland. 7-run 7th in a 12-10 win in Philadelphia, and they get to 500. Eventually would go on a run and make it an adventure in 2004 as a wild card playoff team. 47 games this season for Blue Ball. A lot of innings pitched, 77 innings pitched. Saw a couple in yesterday's ball game. He's back out there again today.
He's got the 6, 7, and 8 hitters due up. It's the part of the lineup he did not face yesterday. Vaughn Grissom, Josh Lowe, Denzer Guzman. He faced everybody else in the lineup yesterday with the exception of these 3 in his 2 perfect innings. Allowed 1 hit, and that was a race on a double play yesterday. So here he is, A.J. Bluebot taking over in a 3-2 game in the 6th. Pitch didn't miss by much. It's 1-1. Blueball, after throwing 24 pitches in 2 innings yesterday, probably a 1-inning guy today, you would think. This one fouled back. And it's 1-2. As you mentioned, this is the stretch in the lineup where the Angels have only 1 lefty in the span of 4 hitters. That's the guy on deck, Josh Lowe. Called 3rd strike. That's going to be a challenge.
The batter's challenging the pitch.
Vaughn Grissom felt that was low on the 1-2 pitch. Astros lost a challenge in the bottom half of the 5th, and now Grissom trying to get to a 2-2 count.
Ooh. Pitch is a strike.
ABS powered by T-Mobile, showing Mike Estabrook calling some edges correctly.
Very good.
Now both teams down to 1 ABS challenge remaining. Here is Josh Lowe. Lowe waves to the first changeup, 0-1. Lowe singled and came around to score on what was slightly controversial, and that the umpire crew decided to place him at home plate on a ball that was ruled fan interference. By the way, we have not seen the fan since he was asked to leave his seat here in front of us at the section where we're hanging out in the Crawford boxes. But there was a play earlier where a fan reached over the wall on Denzer Guzman's double, and the umpires placed Josh Lowe at home plate. He was off with the pitch. He was pretty aggressive rounding second, and they gave him the benefit of the doubt. And that was a judgment call. Here is Guzman swinging and missing, 0-1.
Ooh. Cut to it.
Six wide, 1-2. Stephen Okert warming up in the Astros pen. Well, Blue Ball probably has this hitter and the next, unless they ask for a left-handed pinch hitter out of the dugout. One's wide, 2-2. We were monitoring Mariners and Rangers scores last night. They've kind of flipped tonight. Last night the Mariners lost 22-0 while the Rangers won in a shutout. Tonight the Rangers are being shut out 6-0 and the Mariners are leading 7-3 in Milwaukee. Blue ball, after getting ahead, has now worked the count full.
Milwaukee must be exhausted from yesterday.
Got him. Runner going. The throw is in time. Strike him out. Throw him out. Double play to end the inning.
Nicely done by Blubaugh and Vasquez. The combo platter to strike him out, throw him out, catch, tag, inning over. This week on Astros Bases Loaded, we go behind the scenes with the Corpus Christi Hooks at Whataburger Field, looking at life for the Hooks on and off the field. All that on Astros Bases Loaded Friday at 5:30 p.m. on SCHN and streaming on SCHN Plus. New pitcher into this game is a veteran, Michael Fulmer, getting a chance with the Angels. Had a season debut against the Royals, won an inning and 2/3, had a strikeout in that outing. Back in 2016, Michael Fulmer was a Rookie of the Year and an All-Star for the Detroit Tigers. Injuries and some issues getting outs have kept him in and out of rosters for a while, but here he is back with the Angels.
Yeah, the return for the 33-year-old as he faces the 3, 4, and 5 hitters for the Astros. Fulmer getting ahead of Isaac Paredes by the count of 0-2. Fulmer has pitched with the Tigers, Twins, Cubs, and Red Sox prior to tonight. Now pitching in his second game with the Angels. And his first road outing in an Angels uniform. With an inning and 2/3 of shutout hitless baseball against the Royals at home. Walked one and struck out one. Paredes just on a check swing, stays alive. Paredes started his career with the Tigers, so these guys were teammates together. Off the plate, 2-2. Isaac walked and scored a run his last time up. Drew 2 walks in the game last night. Sends this one into left field for a base hit. Isaac Paredes with the leadoff base hit to left here. Astros have their second leadoff base runner on in the night.
Kind of lost that lower half, but was able to stay on it with the hands on that cutter and pull it into left field.
Now Jose Altuve will bat. Altuve's had a great month of August. Added to that total with an RBI double his last time up. Takes a pitch on the edge for a strike, 0-1. Altuve with his 16th double of the year, driving in his 37th run of the game of the year, tying the game at 2 in the 4th inning. That one punched foul out of play. It's 0-2. Altuve tried to hold up. Home plate umpire Mike Estabrook making the call from behind the plate, saying he went too far. A strikeout for Fulmer and 1 out in the inning. Lamont taking one in for a ball. Lamont getting a start today. 18 for 83 in his time with the Astros, playing his 34th game. He has almost as many walks as hits, 16 walks, so his on-base percentage about 130 points higher than his batting average. Lamont didn't like that call, and he's going to challenge.
Challenge in the pitch.
It's either going to be
that looked low from here.
A 1-1 count if it's confirmed.
Pitches the ball.
Actually, it's going to be a 2-0 count. Lamont's right.
Do you find yourself watching the monitor more out here than you do normally?
A little bit. There's a couple of times when the ball's fouled off in a certain angle that's hard to see out here.
Yeah, it is.
So I do go to the monitor in those cases, but I try not to. But yeah, you're right. I do.
I always watch the field. I'm getting caught not looking at the monitor at all.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the glare as you look at the camera from behind us. I don't know if it's the glare on the certain foul ball, but there's
anything in foul territory I've lost.
There's a certain angle on foul balls that it's hard to see. Ooh. This ball hit pretty well into right field. That'll be down for a hit. Astros have their second hit of the inning against Fulmer. Lamont Wade Jr. connects with a base hit to right.
Well, 5.8 off the bat of Lamont Wade. That ball was stung. He got a cutter right down the middle and put a beautiful swing on it. Tough for Isak to advance with as hard as that ball was hit.
So now the guy that gave the Astros a 3-2 lead on a sacrifice fly, Cam Smith, will bat. Cam takes a pitch off the plate for ball one. Cam struck out in the second, hit a deep fly ball to center in the fourth to score Isak Paredes from third with the go-ahead run. Cam will try and drive Isak in again.
We mentioned 8 Crawford box specials this season. We have to go back to last year on August 27th to see the last Astros Crawford box special off the bat of Cam Smith. I was pretty happy about it. Feels good when a fly ball turns into a homer.
That's that heater. It's 1-2. That is joyous when you hit a ball that you're not sure.
Oh. Man, you put your head down, slam your bat, and like, oh man, I just missed that. Look up, and the umpire's doing the old whirly whirl. Just go for a nice jog in the park. Say, yeah, that's how you hit them, boys.
Cam down on strikes. So Fulmer, both of his outs this inning have been strikeouts, 2 outs in the inning. Now Cal Raleigh on your Sunday night broadcast on NBC. By the way, great job again on the national telecast.
Thank you, Todd.
You and Jason Benetti and Ryan Roland-Smith. Anthony Rizzo, very entertaining. But Cal Raleigh was interviewed post-game after hitting what turned out to be the game-winning home run in that on a ball that had a .030 expected batting average.
.030?
Oh, 30.
Oh, my goodness.
But because he was here.
Yep.
He got the Dyken Park Crawford box unicorn home run. And he was the hero. So everywhere else, he's back in the dugout saying, I had no shot at a hit on that ball, but here's the game-winning play. This year, it has not been fair to the Astros. We've mentioned it earlier on our night in the Crawford boxes doing our broadcast from here in left field, that all 8 unicorn Crawford box home runs where it would only be out in 1 of 30 stadiums. All 8 this year have been by the visitor. That included one last night by the left-hand hitting Josh Lowe. Christian Walker bats here with a count of 1-2. Walker grounded out and popped up against Walbert Urania. Urania goes 5 innings today, gives up 3 runs. The Astros put up 3 against a guy who was coming in pitching at a sub-2 ERA his last 7 starts. That one well wide. And the count's 2-2 on Walker.
Doing a good job employing that nose stride again. Able to work a little bit deeper count, see the ball a little bit better.
Down on strikes as Walker as Fulmer ends up striking out 3 in the inning and leaving 2 on base here in the 6th. We head to the 7th. Astros lead 3-2.
The best in Texas power pitcher is driven by Ford, and Steven Okert, he's just simply the best. Can't talk about this bullpen without Okert and his role in the pen, answering every call. There's a lot of them. Look at his numbers. Really nice year, but the whip way below 1 since May 1st. It's good for best in the majors with a 40 innings pitched minimum there. And the guys speak so highly of Okert, how big of a key he is into what this team does, but he's good on the field and off the field, keeping things light and loose amongst the group. Today, or Plummer.
Yeah, he's pretty good to all of us. He's a good conversation even when you're waiting for your luggage. But the lowest whip is pretty impressive since May 1st, being at 0.66. He's done a great job. You've got to be good to both sides of the plate because he comes in to face a right-hander here in the bottom of the lineup. He's been good to both sides of the plate. Lefty's hitting 178, righty's hitting 193, and he has lived by that slider.
Certainly has. He'll throw that slider as much as anybody in baseball at a high percentage as he faces the 9-1-2 hitters. Peraza happy to see Ethan Pecco out of the game. Peraza struck out twice against Pecco, making his major league debut tonight. Behind Pecco, it's been an inning and a third shutout baseball from Bennett Sousa and an inning of shutout baseball from A.J. Blueball. Now Okert, the 4th pitcher of the night. Pitch away, 2-1. Lefty Wade Meckler due up next, but on deck is a former Astro, Jose Siri. That one wide, 3-1. Okert, who has a string of consecutive appearances without a walk, down in the count here, 3-1. Peraza has drawn 12 walks on the year and struck out 93 times coming into tonight. Now 12 and 95. There's a swinging strike. Might have had ball 4 as that ball might have been in. It's a 3-2 count.
Yeah, Okert's not going to give in. Talked about living by that slider, and that 3-1 count gets him to 3-2.
Peraza has struck out the only time he faced Okert in his career. Stays alive. .66% slider usage for Okert.
It's aggressive.
Bennett Sousa, who pitched earlier tonight, has a higher percentage on the Astros. That ends a string. 22 consecutive appearances for Steven Okert without a walk, all the way back to June 28th. That's his first walk allowed since June. He's going to fall shy of 24 consecutive appearances by Pat Neshek back in 2015, which is an Astros record. Dalton Varsho is the new center fielder for the Astros after Lamont Wade had a base hit. He'll leave the game, and Taylor Trammell takes over for Wade Jr. in left. Now a word from Jack in the Box.
Don't get FOMO. Get my Philly-style bonus Jack combos and new Philly Munchie Meal.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
So Peraza, who doesn't walk a lot, walked by Steven Okert, who hadn't walked anybody since June.
Keep your head on a swivel right here with this guy. There's a potential for a bunt right here.
Jose Siri pinch hitting for Wade Meckler. And he takes the slider for a strike, 0-1. Siri has faced Okert twice in his career. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Foul at the plate. It's 0-2. Astros holding on to a 3-2 lead as we play in the 7th. Both the Angels and the Astros with 5 hits. That walk allowed by Okert, the 4th walk issued by Astros pitching tonight. The other 3 from the starter Ethan Pecco. Laid off that slider down, and now the count evens at 2. Astros have their bullpen moving again. Brian Abreu warming up. Okert has to face at least 3 batters. This is the 2nd batter of the inning. Getting ahead 0-2 on Siri. Now the count's full. Okert usually with impeccable command, but 7 of his first 12 off the plate tonight.
Showing he's a little bit human in tonight's outing with some of the pitches out of the zone.
Peraza 12 steals on the year and 14 attempts.
Trying to keep him close, and if he does take off, hopefully a little bit later jump for the potential strike him out, throw him out.
Stays, swing and a miss. Siri down on strikes, so Okert ends up winning that battle for the first out of the inning.
And I think that's why Peraza was not going. You can still see some big swings from Siri. That was a slider right down the middle. He tried to hit out of the stadium but missed it. That slider's got a high run value, plus 12 of the Astros. That's the best pitch in this pitching staff.
Well, the first one to Trout is up and away, 1-0. Mike Trout 1 for 2, was hit by a pitch in the 3rd, singled in the 1st. One up, 2-0.
Challenging that fastball right there. That was a pretty good pitch to hit. It was up, but not normally up around that top rail or above to Mike Trout. He's got to know that slider's waiting. Instead, they stay with it and get the call and no challenge.
I saw Trout not challenge a pitch yesterday that might have been up. That one might have also been above the zone. Both teams still have 1 challenge remaining. Big pitch coming here for Okert, 2-2. Called 3rd strike. Will Trout challenge this one? No. He's going to walk back to the dugout. Back-to-back Ks for Okert.
Interesting that he didn't challenge either one of those. I know you've only got 1 left, but here in the 7th inning with the chance to try and make a run at the Astros with a base runner on, Mike Trout just takes 2 out of the zone and walks back to the dugout.
Got the Yordan Alvarez theory of challenging. Then unless I'm 100% certain I'm not going to challenge. Jordan's only challenged 2 on the year. Here's Nolan Shonowell. Shonowell sends one towards center. Back goes Nick Allen, and he'll make a running catch. Nice play by Nick, similar to a play made by Jeremy Pena earlier in the game against Shonowell, as Nolan is out number 3 in the 7th. 7th inning stretch here at Dyken Park. Astros lead it 3-2. Time for the 7th inning stretch, presented by Texas Mattress Makers.
Is presented by Honda. We're going to show you Vasquez's swing again. This was back in the 3rd. He is good TV, and it was exactly that when he hit one past the SCHN crew out there in the Crawford boxes, just like we produced it, right? That's his 7th home run on the season, but at the time it gave the Astros a 1-0 lead. Doing a good job behind the plate as well. He always knows where the cameras are, Blummer.
He does. Salty veteran knows exactly when to perform and pick us up and make for a good broadcast. Now we're going to have to see Taylor Saucedo come into this game. Saw his numbers quickly. His 6.75 ERA. His whip is 1.63. Left-handed hitters hitting .333 against him. Overall, hitters are hitting .324. A lot of sliders and sweepers. The occasional fastball will be at 92, 93 miles an hour.
Taylor Trammell leading off against the lefty Saucedo. It'll be Trammell, Christian Vasquez, and then Nick Allen. One thing I do miss being out here is our 7th inning stretch peanut toss.
Yeah, that's a good time.
Oh, look who took over. Julia and our statistician, Phil Boudreau. Media Wall of Famer, Phil Boudreau. He's got the whole booth to himself tonight.
Yeah, he's probably pretty happy about that, too.
Tired of us crowding him out.
Spread out. No cameras next to him. Doesn't have to listen to me.
We have not used the term spread out tonight.
No.
3-1 to count, and there's a strike. It's 3-2.
But I can't wait to.
We're tight. We're close today. We're enjoying the game from the Crawford boxes. Our one game of the year where we call a game from the stands, and we've had about as action-packed a night in the Crawford boxes.
Yeah, here's our card table. And TK buddying up out here, calling a big league ball game.
That's going to be shy of us, but it's in towards left field, and being called off is Guzman. Jose Siri staying in the game after pinch hitting makes the play for out number 1.
10,000 fans will receive a Jeremy Pena trucker-style hat on Sunday, August 23rd, presented by Rico's. Get your tickets now at astros.com/promotions.
Wondering why it's been the most action-packed game possible from the Crawford boxes. We've had a home run by Vasquez within 5 or 10 feet of us, and then we had a fan interference call on a potential home run by Denzer Guzman, ruled a double, where they placed the runner at home plate. That's the second and, to this point, last run scored by the Angels in what is now a 3-2 game.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Everything happening to our left or right in front of us.
Yeah, in our section or just across the aisle from us. Here is the guy who delivered that home run. Vasquez batting for a 3rd time.
I appreciate Vasquez hitting a homer up here just to the left of us, even if he was trying to aim for us. It's all good.
If he knew, that would be so fitting.
Yeah, we should have made more of an announcement about it. Maybe some of you guys would have taken some shots at us.
Pitch is up. It's 1-2.
But again, not a Crawford box special. It's a legit home run.
30 out of 30. 1-2 the count to Vasquez. Astros would love to add to this 3-2 lead. They have been playing some tight games. All of their wins recently have been come from behind wins. Tonight trying to hold on to this 1-run lead, but they would like a little insurance as Vasquez fouls off that 2-2 pitch. Ryan Abreu continues to warm up. It looks like Abreu will have the bottom half of the 8th for the Astros. 4, 5, and 6 due up for the Angels.
Joe was spotted deploying his leverage, guys.
Or is it Omar Lopez?
Oh, yeah, Omar Lopez, my bad. Forgot about the weak sauce over there at first base with the toss earlier in the game. So Omar Lopez, WBC champion manager, taking over after Joe Espada was launched from this game for lack of reasoning.
Didn't seem egregious.
No.
What his argument was. Oh,
Get him?
Foul ball strikeout. Vasquez is like, you're kidding me. That hit me, didn't it?
Challenge that?
They can look at it, but right now it's called off the bat and a strikeout. Oh,
wow.
hit the knob.
That's tough. That's a tough break right there.
Man, oh man, that's a tough strikeout. That counts as a swinging strikeout. When he never
swung.
Attempted a swing.
Not even close.
Here's Nick Allen. Allen has struck out in his 2 at-bats tonight. Nick with a 1-1 count. Saucedo into the game. He's the 3rd pitcher for the Angels. This is his 4th time around at the big league level. Season number 6 for Saucedo in the major leagues. His first with the Angels. Last year with Seattle. It's been tough on lefties. Righty's getting him at a 313 clip at AAA, but lefties at AAA hitting just 152. At the big league level, both lefties and righties in limited sample size, hitting over 300 against them coming in to tonight. That one's down. It's 3-2 on Nick Allen with Yordan Alvarez looming. Astros and Angels last night was a 3-1 Angels win. Another close one, low scoring tonight, 3-2 Astros lead. Tomorrow the series wraps up with a night game. Allen tried to hold up on a pitch up and he goes too far. Saucedo strikes out the last 2 of the inning and gets through the Astros 1-2-3 in the 7th.
Get Out and Play is presented by Toyota. Profit boxes. Seen some home runs that have been bigger than others, postseason shots, and Carlos Correa delivered 3 of them as rookie year. The 2015 Game 4 of the Division Series found the seats, and then again in the wild and crazy Game 5 of the 2017 World Series, and another one, 2021. Remember that? Snuck one in there for the first game of the ALCS and signaled to his wrist, saying it's time. That got a lot of play. Helped the team to another pennant. TK.
Thanks, Julia. First pitch swinging is Zach Neto, popping one into foul territory. Did it hit the roof? It might have, because it really fooled Christian Walker. Walker looked like he had a play on it and then kind of lost it for a moment. That might have hit one of the rafters.
You can see Walker going over there as it gets up into the rafters, rattles around a little bit, and unable to pick it up after that.
Once it hits in foul territory, it's a dead ball. Astros have a new pitcher.
Yeah, Brian Abreu coming in. There you see the numbers on the year, 4.40. It's been Okert, Abreu, Hader to finish off some of these games. Talked about the fastball, velocity getting back up there, 95 plus. He's also working in a little bit of a cutter to stay on the plate.
Got Zach Neto, Moises Ballesteros, and Vaughn Grissom, the middle of the order, 2 up for the Angels. Neto reached on an infield hit his last time up. He's 1 for 3. Tried to hold up, but that's too far of a swing. It's 1-2. Bullpen's done a nice job tonight to this point. 3 1/3 innings of 2-hit shutout baseball between Sousa, Blue Ball, and Okert. Now Abreu in the 8th, trying to set it up for Josh Hader in the 9th. Now one wide, 2-2. Both teams with 5 hits in the game as we play in the 8th. Ground ball towards the hole, backhanded by Allen. His throw is going to be in time. Good strong throw by Nick for the first out.
Good play going to his right. Play some trivia powered by Reliant. The Astros have won 100 games in a season 5 times. In which year did they first accomplish this feat? 100 wins in a season for the Astros. That's Astros trivia powered by Reliant.
Now Moises Ballesteros 0 for 2 with a walk. First pitch catches the knees, 0-1. It's the 97-mile-an-hour fastball up. Ballesteros down on the count 0-2.
It's good to see Abreu bringing the noise.
Ryan had a little issue with command in that Seattle series, giving up 3 walks in his 2 innings of work against the Mariners over the weekend. So far, 5 of his first 7 pitches for strikes. Ahead 0-2 here on Ballesteros, and he gets him on the fastball. 3-pitch strikeout for the second out in the 8th. "10,000 fans will receive a Tatsuya Imai bobblehead on Saturday, August 22nd, presented by Kansai. Get your tickets now at astros.com/promotions. A's will be in town over the weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday series. Trying to check his swing and going too far is Vaughn Grissom. It's 0-1. Grissom, a strikeout, a walk, and a run scored, and a strikeout in the 6th. .99.
Okay.
Those swings, says Lance Barrett. The 2 teams trailing the Astros in the American League West have had flipped results from last night. The Mariners came back to win tonight 7-5 against the Brewers, while the Rangers were shut out at home by the Nationals 6-0. Astros also trying to flip their score from last night against the Angels. They'll try and start or go to the final game of the series in the same place they were to start the series, up 2 on Texas and up 4 on Seattle, but they need a win tonight. 3-1 the count. And that is that slider in there for a strike.
Like that, you're trying to ramp up for 98, 99. You get the slider flipped in there. Good job by Brian.
Three-two pitch. Called, 3rd strike. Grissom down for the 3rd time tonight. Abreu a 1-2-3-8. Astros up by 1. We'll try to add to that with Yordan Alvarez. Then Isaac Paredes. Jose Altuve, your first 3.
League leaders are presented by Houston Methodist. How about hardest hit balls in play this season? O'Neill Cruz leading the way with 1 at 119 off the bat. Bobby Witt Jr. on there with 117.2. Yordan, he's got 3 on that list. 118.5 twice, and then a 1 at 117 plus. He's been destroying baseballs. He's also that Triple Crown potential this season as he tries to get back on another run here with the Astros.
Kurt Suzuki staying with his lefty Taylor Saucedo. Maybe for just 1 batter in the inning. We'll see how it plays out. They have their bullpen still going. But Yordan hit a triple against Saucedo last time they matched up in 2024. One of Yordan's 6 triples of his career. And they do have the right-hander Murphy warming up, so this might be a 1-batter inning. Yordan hits this one on the ground to the right side. Nice play to his left by Peraza to get Alvarez, who's 1 for 4 on the night, for out number 1. And here comes Suzuki. That will be the only batter that Saucedo faces here in the eighth. So we'll have a pitching change for the Angels. They'll go righty on righty against Paredes and Altuve when we come back. Time to check out the winner of tonight's Chevy Stroh Poll. We asked you where your favorite seat is in Daikin Park, and the winner with almost 50% of the vote is behind home plate. 48% behind the Astros dugout, getting the second most at 29%. And almost 20% of the people, 1 out of every 5, like where we are tonight, Crawford boxes or the home run pump out in the outfield. Thanks to those who voted in today's Stroh Poll.
There's a new pitcher, Luke Murphy. It'll be his 8th appearance in his career. Made his debut back on July 31st. 2.25 ERA in 8 innings, 6 strikeouts. A little bit of command issues, 6 walks to go with those 6 strikeouts. He's out of Vanderbilt and averaging 95.6 miles an hour on his fastball.
Isaac Paredes watches the first one wide, 1-0. Isaac has been on base his last 2 times, a walk and a run scored in the 4th and a single to lead off the 6th. He bats here with 1 out after Taylor Saucedo retired Yordan Alvarez to start the inning. There's a strike at the top of the zone, 1-1. Astros have their closer, Josh Hader, loosening up for the top half of the 9th inning. Astros leading 3-2 in the bottom of the 8th. Pretty good pitch, doesn't get called a strike, and Ballesteros is going to challenge.
The catcher's challenging the pitch.
That ball looked like it was hitting Paredes in the arm guard. It just had a lot of break to maybe catch the inside corner.
Pitch is a strike.
Murphy does get the strike. Good challenge by Ballesteros. It's 1-2. Astros tied the game and took the lead back in the 4th inning. Not a lot of offense since. Astros have had a couple of hits in the 6th inning. Angels had a hit in the 5th and a hit in the 6th. Both teams sitting with 5 hits right now as we play in the bottom of the 8th. Murphy called off by the first baseman Shonowell for the 2nd out of the inning.
Time now to answer our trivia question powered by Reliant. We asked you, the Astros have 5 100-win seasons. When was that first one? It was 1998, going 102-60. Winning the National League Central back in the Dome days.
That was the year the unit came over the trade deadline.
That was a good pickup.
That wasn't bad. That helped them get to 102 as he went perfect down the stretch. Altuve pops up, and that'll do it for the Astros in the 8th. It'll be Josh Hader time in a 3-2 game. 7, 8, and 9 due up for the Angels. Houston Astros baseball on SCHN is presented by your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places. By Uber Eats, order the burger joint, Houston's best burger on Uber Eats. And by Texas Children's.
Big night here at Daikin Park. Beautiful evening downtown. The Astros are leading 3-2. Both teams sharing 5 hits apiece. And there he is, a closer for the Astros, Josh Hader, into this game. 17 of 17 in save opportunities. 31 games in that ERA sub-1. The whip well under 1 and 41 strikeouts in 30 innings. He has been absolutely filling up the zone with that fastball slider combination.
Saw Hader checking his notes there as they go to a pinch hitter here, not the lefty Josh Lowe. Instead, it's going to be the right-hand hitting Travis d'Arnaud, one of the 3 catchers on the Angels roster. Lowe reached base all 3 times tonight as d'Arnaud goes after the first pitch slider. It's 0-1. It'll be the pinch hitter d'Arnaud and then Denzer Guzman and Oswald Peraza, 3 righties due up against Hader here in the 9th. There has been no margin of error for the Astros bullpen tonight. They have been excellent, from Bennett Sousa through A.J. Bluebaugh to Stephen Okert and then Brian Abreu last inning. And now Hader on here in a 3-2 game in the 9th. Ball down and in, 2-1. This is appearance number 500 for Josh Hader in his career. Congratulations to the lefty for reaching that career milestone. hop foul. It's 2-2. Hader got to 500 appearances with 269 games with the Brewers. He's up to 151 with the Astros, and then 80 with the Padres. That's going to be ball 4, so d'Arnaud draws a walk to start the 9th inning. Our next telecast is presented by Kaplan Sinus Relief. There's your starting pitcher for the Astros, Peter Lambert. He'll get the ball in the final game of this 3-game series. Grayson Rodriguez will get the ball for the Angels. 7:10 first pitch. Will be on the air at 6:30 with our pregame show. Adam Frazier will pinch run for Travis d'Arnaud at first base as the tying run here in the 9th. Well, Denzer Guzman drove in the 2 runs with that fan interference double right here in front of us at the Crawford boxes. First pitch a little bit in, ball 1.
It's the first fastball he's thrown this inning. It was all sliders to d'Arnaud on that walk.
Big swing, no contact, 1-1.
The young right-handed hitter to expand on that one, chasing a fastball way up out of the zone. Josh loves that 2-seam fastball, and even though that's normally called a sinker or 2-seamer, has some arm side tail to it, he's not afraid to throw that pitch up in the zone.
That one popped up, backing up Christian Walker underneath it, and makes the catch for the first out of the 9th. Frazier stays at first. Now the 9-hitter Peraza. Peraza 0 for 2 with a walk, the rare walk issued by Stephen Oker. First one missing down, 1-0. The Angels have played the Astros tough this year. 11 games in, Astros with 6 wins, Angels with 5. Tonight has been a back and forth low scoring game. Astros led 1-0. Angels took a 2-1 lead, and the Astros regained the lead in the bottom of the 4th to make it 3-2. It's stayed that way ever since. Now a 1-1 count. That's right there, taken for a strike. Peraza down in the count, 1-2.
Even with the Astros leading this season series 6-5, the Angels hold the run differential at a +8 coming into this game.
Runner goes, the pitch is down, and Frazier into scoring position with a stolen base. It's a big steal right there with 1 out in the 9th inning.
Just a base hit, scores that potential tying run. Pretty good jump by Frazier. Tough pitch to throw on with a slider in the dirt for Christian Vasquez.
Only the 2nd steal of the year for Adam Frazier. Now a 3-2 count. And that ball hit the other way, foul and out of play. Jose Siri, who pinch hit and stayed in the game, is on deck for the Angels in this 9th inning. Ground ball chopped towards short. Charging is Allen. His throw on the money. Second out. Frazier moves to third.
Nice play by Nick Allen, coming in, setting those feet, and giving a strong throw to make sure that out.
Now a little strategy discussion on the mound. Christian Vasquez with a tying run at third base and 2 outs, talking it over with Josh Hader as they get ready to go after Jose Siri. Siri's only faced Hader once. It was a couple of years ago, and he flied out. First pitch, strike on the outside edge, 0-1. Siri didn't like the call. He still has a challenge remaining, but elects not to use it.
That was off that outside edge. And the pitch breaking like that, it gives the illusion it comes back and grabs that edge. Hader will take it.
This ball hit deep to center field. Varsho's going all the way back to the wall in center, and he has room to put it away. Astros win it 3-2. Siri gave it a ride, but it wasn't deep enough. The bullpen blummer goes 5 1/3 shutout innings and a 1-run win.
The bullpen's where it's at. We got that major league debut from Ethan Pecco. He went out there, battled, kept that number small, and handed it off to the bullpen that was shut down the rest of the way against these Angels, who end up going 1 for 7 with runners in scoring position. And the Astros hold on to that 3-2 win.
Much needed win for the Astros. They snap a 3-game losing streak, and they remain 2 games ahead of the Rangers. They move back to 2 games in front of the Rangers and 4 in front of the Mariners. Astros post-game show presented by Whataburger features Kevin Eschenfelder and Ryan Presley as your hosts. Julia Morales getting an interview on the field and in the clubhouse. Astros win at 3-2. Post-game show next.